Well, we got a fine morning this morning. It's about mid-May. I think we're supposed to get up to plus 20 today. And we got a mini excavator here this weekend. Gonna be digging out these stumps that are left over from falling those trees last year. Cleaning the property up a bit, and I'm gonna be doing some grading, fixing the road. We got a couple soft spots there, and I want to get them fixed up before I bring any gravel in and do some graveling. So we got a bit of a mess going on here, but I think we're making some pretty good progress. This spot here is going to be where the firewood shed's going to go. Just kind of working with that right now. I ended up getting those stumps out. There's one. The other one's over there, and then I drug the other one way over there. So it's got to clear some of this brush, and then got looking at it. I'll kind of rough grade with the mini hoe, and then I'm gonna have to get a bobcat in here anyway. I'll do some finishing up with that and prep for some gravel. I still have these stumps here I want to get done. And here I think there's how many is 2, 4, 6 stumps. Now a couple of these are pretty rotten. They're rotten when I knocked them down a couple years ago, so they shouldn't be too much of a problem. But these ones here, that one there, and that one there, I could see giving me some trouble because they're fairly green, and it looks like they weren't even rotten in the middle. Yeah, so we'll have to dig those out. And then general cleanup around the area. I also want to use that excavator to buck these up. I'll just lift them off the ground and get the Husqvarna bucking away. This stump here, I kind of like to dig that out too. We'll see, I can see it getting away in the future. Yeah, anyway, bit of a break right now, and we'll get back to her. It's coming along nicely. Not quite the mess here though. Doesn't do a very good job of cleaning up that little blade. But I'll be in here with a skid steer a little bit later, and probably next month anyway, to do the finishing stuff, get ready for gravel. And well, I'm glad I got my my spot finished for the firewood shed. Gonna go right here. Just put those logs there temporarily so they're out of the way. And well, it's certainly looking bare here. Wide open. Just got to get rid of those stumps that I dug up. I got 2 more to dig up over here. These 2 spruce stumps. And gotta fill this hole in. Not so bad. Yeah, and then move those logs over to where I'm going to be bucking them up for firewood for the outdoor fire pit. Getting lots done today. I got what I wanted to get done, finished. Mainly I just wanted to pull those stumps out. I think there was 10 of them altogether. But I mean, there's only so much I can do for getting a grade, smoothing stuff out afterwards with that blade on the mini hoe. I'll get you roughed in, but I need a skid steer to finish it up. Little blade just won't cut it. Like I said, it's good for backfilling and stuff, but get a skid steer in here to move these piles right here, like that pile right there. I gotta just move it somewhere and then just level everything out. It'll look way better with the skid steer. But I mean, pretty impressed with what I got done today. Quite a bit of work done. Gotta figure out what I'm doing with this stump here too. It's pretty big. I couldn't even lift it with the excavator, so the hoe was too small. So what I did is I just wrapped a chain around it and drug it as best I could. I'll probably just get my chainsaw and knock the top of that stump off and do something with the root ball. Get rid of it that way. Split it in 2 more or less. Be more manageable. And then of course I gotta move those logs over the other logs. I think tomorrow what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buck all that up for and start splitting it for a firewood supply for the outdoor fire pit. It'll work out good. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get a skid steer here though and level it out and make it look good. It's improving already, so now I think I'm gonna make some supper. Let's see if we can get this fire going with just cedar. Well, it took a little bit to get it going, so edit that part out. It's kind of boring. Anyway, we got her going. It should take off here. Got some really dry wood on it, so once we get her heated up, I'll start supper with a crock pot and do a stewed chicken tonight. You hear the frogs going. That's neat. Never been out here when the frogs are going like this. This will be actually my first overnight in the spring ever. I don't usually stay out here in the summer or spring. I'm not sure why. I had the cabin up this time last year. I guess just must have been too busy with other things. But yeah, I'm looking forward to my first overnight in the spring, summertime type conditions, right? Unfortunately, there's no bugs out, so it'll make it that much more enjoyable. But like the frogs are just something new. I'm usually used to the cold and snow and wind and other noises going on, but yeah, it's nice. I like it. Anyway, we'll get on with the rest of the evening and get ready making supper. I have these log halves here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use them for support on the ground for the log structure. What I'm going to do is, what I did was I split them in half, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to char them, Not so they're structurally weakened, just a good char on the outside of them so they don't rot. Give that a try. See how it works. Chicken tonight. Tomatoes. Some carrots. Some small potatoes here. And onion. Throw some spice in there. Seems that the wind is picking up a bit. And it's looking pretty dark over in that direction. I'm not wondering if we're gonna get a bit of an electric storm tonight. Now let's take a look here. Oh, that looks beautiful. I think dinner's ready. All right. Dish up some supper. I like the redness. I think that's coming from the tomatoes. Yeah, it looks great. It smells great. Like I mentioned earlier, we're middle of May right now, so May long weekend's actually next weekend. Everybody will be out for their first official weekend of camping, so I think there's some guys that I work with are out there this weekend. They're going to be taking probably half of next week off because they already got their campsite set up and stuff. So I guess me doing this little work weekend out here at the property, I'm getting in my camping as well. All right, let's give this a try. I didn't throw any salt on it when I originally threw it together, or pepper, so I'll just do that to taste. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Oh yeah, nice and hot. Yep. Another excellent meal. Man, the tomatoes really add flavor to these stews. Just those little cherry tomatoes. Now we're only a month away from light ending at like it being dark around 11 at night. So it's compared to the winter time, like it's 7 o'clock right now. It would have been dark for like 2.5 hours up to this point. So, and I still got probably another 2.5 hours of light to go. The sun's still pretty high. So eat some supper, clean up, and then I'll just do some poking around the acreage here and picking up roots and branches and stuff like that, and scoping things out for tomorrow. Well, it's about 5 in the morning. I had an excellent sleep last night. Just step outside here and the bush is alive. Birds and squirrels and animals chirping away. It's really quite nice. Anyway, we ran into some problems last night. Listened to music on my phone and it died. So I couldn't record anything. I had to charge my phone up. So I got a few things done around the property here. More or less just relax and not to sleep. It was very relaxing. So seeing as how my phone had died, and I was a little bit bored, I decided I was going to try and move some more logs. I ended up throwing a track. I don't know how I did it, but it just popped off. So it's another little project for today is get the track back on. It shouldn't be too hard. Popped right off that bogey. Anyway, we'll get on that after we have coffee and breakfast. All right, a little breakfast outside. Start off by boiling some water, get some coffee on the go. But at the same time, while the water's heating up for the coffee, it's also heating up for the porridge. All right, let's let that boil up here. Okay, so while the water's boiling up, let's take a quick look here. I gotta undo that grease fitting in there and let the pressure release from the ram so I can bring that forward bogey aft, slack up the track, then get a pry bar and pop it back on. So I tested it out, just loosened it off a little bit, and grease started coming out. So after breakfast or whatever, we'll get going on this. Yeah, I still got quite a bit of work to do. Utilize that little mini hoe. Bucking up all this wood here will make it a lot easier if I can just pick it up with the hoe and swing it over a little bit and start just bucking it up, right? It'll go way quicker rather than monkeying around with it on the wood on the ground and decked up like that. It's way easier to get that done. And then I got some grading work I got to do a little bit up the driveway there. It could be smoother. I know I can get it smoother with that thing, so I don't need to wait for skid steer for that. Although I will finish it up with the skid steer later on. But yeah, that's what I got planned for today. Just a lot of saw work today, so not so much with the excavator, but it'll be helping out. All right, like so. Voila! Breakfast is served. I guess we can shut this off. Just like that. I think this is the best breakfast out here. Porridge, butter, brown sugar, and raisins. Yeah, there's still lots to do around here. I got the charred blocks set out last night after I burnt them up. They're still got lots of structure to it, but they're just charred so they won't rot now, right? So we'll have to see all that, how they handle up with the weight. I'm sure they'll be just fine. There's still quite a bit of strength to them. And I'm really looking forward to getting the skid steer in here and cleaning things up. Start getting some gravel and making the road in a gravel pad over on the side here. And then with this section just over here, I'm gonna see if I can plant some grass. It's all disturbed and turned up now, so should be able to grab some sort of grass seed and just seed it and let it take root. Boy, it really is different having breakfast out here in the mornings like this compared to the winter time, right? Winter time, I'm stuck in the cabin. I suppose I could come out here and eat breakfast, but it's so damn cold. Minus 30, minus 35. Not what you want to do first thing in the morning, getting out of your nice warm bunk. And one thing I found different last night when I was sleeping, it was really quiet, like really quiet compared to the winter time when I'm sleeping over here at overnight, doing an overnight. You got the background noise of the wood heater going, right? The snapping and cracking, and even you know, the air being sucked in through the damper or whatever. And last night it was just quiet, like really quiet. But in the morning I woke up to all the birds and the animals chirping away, so that was kind of nice. Don't usually get that in the winter. Okay, let's crack this. Dropping the grease. Was unable to get that track on by myself, so I went and grabbed my son. He gave me a hand and it popped right on, and I didn't record it. So anyway, it's functional now. We're gonna get busy and start bucking up these logs. He's gonna be running the hole, and I'll be using the saw to buck them up. think a lot of work was done today. Got all those logs bucked up. So I got lots of wood to split as far as poplar for the outside fire pit. There's a bunch over here. All this rubbish and that I got to clear up. I'll just do that when I get the skid steer here. Scoop it all up and kind of put dirt on top of that brush pile there. That should help it rot quicker. And carry on with the rest of the yard here. Clean it up, make it look real good. And this section here I think is going to be all grass. Up to the driveway. And then we'll gravel up there. Clean up really nice. Park-like. What a successful weekend. I got a lot of stuff done. A lot of stuff I wanted to get done for a while. So with all the stumps pulled out now and all those logs bucked up for firewood supply, I'm well on my way to getting what I need done. I'll start back on peeling those logs and getting those logs ready for the firewood shed, and get a skid steer in here to do all the grounds work, leveling out and making it look good, and then gravel and stuff. So anyway, it's a great weekend. Glad you could join me. Talk to you later.